I don't know, man. Just like the human element of all of this. Would you be shocked if McDavid signed somewhere else? I wouldn't with the way this has gone. No way.
No, I mean, I was talking to Bill about this before the show started. Like, and he brought up, hey, Wayne Gretzky got traded, of all people, like the great one. So, like, it should not be shocking if Connor McDavid played for another team. And I saw this stat. It was actually really interesting. It was on Twitter earlier this morning. And it really kind of drives home the point of, like, Connor McDavid maybe needing to go elsewhere to fulfill his Stanley Cup dreams. He is the first player ever to have 9 straight 90-point seasons, but not win the Stanley Cup in any of them. Like, so he's doing all he can. Now, I don't know if he did all he could in this series. I'm sure he was trying, but like he also wears a little bit of the blame over the last 4 games, only 2 points, the best player in the world. But like clearly he's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the problems for the Edmonton Oilers for why they can't get over the hump. But man, I don't think it's happening because we say they need to get a goalie. I mean, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Because if you have a good goalie out there, who's giving him up, you know? Unless it was like the Boston Bruins situation where they had like 2 number ones with Ullmark and Swayman. Like usually like that team is just going to keep that goalie. So how do they get that player?
It's going to be fascinating to watch. And it's already started, like the talk about McDavid possibly exiting the Edmonton Oilers. Eddie said for him, 100% chance Chris Knoblauch comes back. I don't know. You lose back-to-back cups, and I thought McDavid took a pretty clear shot at his head coach. And if Knoblauch's back as the coach next year, I'm not going to have any interest betting the Oilers to win the cup. Like, they're going to need a new coach for me to want to bet Edmonton. Like, you lose back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. How are they winning? Like, that's what I want. How are they winning the Stanley Cup with how this has gone next year? With the same coach. And they're the favorite? Like for me, Femi, like, zero interest. And the Oilers are atop the odds board right now, right at BetMGM.
Yeah, and it feels like the best player in the world, the best player on the team has lost faith in that coach. You know, like he's saying like, oh, we just kept doing the same thing over and over again. Like that's him telling you we needed to make an adjustment and our coach didn't do so. So like to me, I think this ends up kind of being like how Chris Knoblauch got the job a couple years ago. Didn't they fired their previous coach who his name is escaping me right now, but like they brought in Knoblauch and he led them to the Stanley Cup final. If they bring him back, it feels like this is a really, really short leash, man. Like I thought that might have been the case for DeBoer. Dallas Stars said, no, we're just going to whack you now because we can't do this anymore. But like for Knoblauch next season, let's say that the Edmonton Oilers kind of have a start to the season like they had this year. As McDavid alluded to, everybody kind of counted us out because like they got off to a slow start and never really looked like themselves. If that happens this year, I feel like Knoblauch's done. Like it's just done. Like you're not coming back. I would be surprised if we're talking about the playoffs and he is the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. Like I don't think that's happening. Like they need to change something up, and if they don't, then maybe they risk losing their star player and McDavid saying, you know what, I'm done with this organization, that's nightmare scenario for Edmonton.
Jay Woodcroft, the coach that the Oilers fired a couple of years ago after a brutal start to the season, and then Knoblauch, to his credit, did steady the ship.
Into the cup.
Yeah. He would get another job. I'm not saying he shouldn't be a coach in the NHL, but I mean, I think it's a pretty tough sell. At least, like, it's not a tough sell to the Oilers fan base for him to come back. I think it's a tough sell to me as a bettor. Like, I don't really want to bet Edmonton if he's back, and certainly not at this price at plus 650 at BetMGM. The Panthers, the second choice on the board, plus 750. Are they going to win 3 in a row? It feels really unlikely, even though they're awesome. And like Maurice, I hate the handshake stuff, but he's a great coach, and the players are awesome. Well, I just don't like. I don't like the fact that the guy's gatekeeping. Yeah. Well, it's just like it's ridiculous. Like why are you getting involved? Like, let everybody do their own thing. Like, I'm being serious. I couldn't believe last night him pointing at Chris Knoblauch and being like, "We shaking hands here?" Like, the guy just lost the Stanley Cup. Like, have some sense. Like, have a little self-awareness. Like, is he a sociopath? He's just like, I have no regard for anyone else's feelings and emotion. Like, Brind'Amour, I feel like, hates his guts. Yeah. And like, Brind'Amour didn't shake hands after the Eastern Conference Final and regretted it afterwards. Like, Paul Maurice needs to mind his own business. And again, like, I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying he's a bad guy at all. I don't know him at all. Like, this is really annoying, though. Like, let people do what they want to do. You are not God's gift to hockey. You are not the living tribunal. You are not the moral arbiter here. Let people do whatever they want. And like the fact that he's like trying to orchestrate Chris Knoblauch in the handshake line after Knoblauch lost the Stanley Cup, like literally the last thing he wants to deal with at this point is Paul Maurice talking to him about shaking hands. Like, come on. Like, enough.
Cut it out.
Like, I know, it's ridiculous. Avalanche plus 800, Stars plus 850. Carolina plus 900. Like, cross the Hurricanes off the list.
Yeah,
like, faster than you could do anything ever. Vegas, Tampa, Devils, LA Kings, Toronto Maple Leafs,
cross
Winnipeg,
them off the list too.
Following from there. Kind of think my Rangers are a little interesting with Mike Sullivan now as the coach. Maybe that's me being a little bit of a homer. Any thoughts on the Stanley Cup market for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see who Dallas hires. I'm not going to be like a hockey expert, being like, oh, Dallas hires assistant coach from here or AHL coach from here. So I'm like, oh, I'm now super bullish. But they are changing things up. And this is a team that has shown that they at least have the potential to be here in this round and to compete to win a Stanley Cup final. Like they were the team that probably, in my opinion, made the most sense to win the Cup final this year based on what they did in the regular season. Like they were awesome special teams, really good in close games. Like their rating really good. Like all of it checked all the boxes.
Got Rantanen and he was a monster.
Yeah. And they came up short, against the team that they can't get over. Like Edmonton has troubles with Florida. Dallas has troubles with Edmonton. They see the Oilers, and I don't know if they're scared or what happens, but they just can't seem to crack that code. And maybe it's a new coach that helps them get over that hump because the talent's there. You look at all the depth that they have, like they're similarly built to like what Florida has, where it's not like a massive star player like a McDavid, a Matthews, a Kucherov. It's more so like the sum of all the parts. They have all these like really talented guys, and Rantanen kind of stood above everybody else in this particular postseason. But usually it's a kind of the collection that gets it done. That's what you want. And for some reason, they're like the anti-Florida. They just can't win. So I want to see who they hire. That would be a team that I'm interested in, also based on how they play in the regular season as well. But yeah, for me, it's Dallas, never Carolina, and the Kings. Come on. I'm just not going to do it again. I'm not doing it. Like, They always look good. They always have really good goalkeeping, or goaltending. No, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it with the LA Kings. So yeah, Dallas is the team that I probably look towards heading into this upcoming season.
And any other team interest you at price?
No, because like the prices are so short because everybody knows that like the playoffs can be a little bit random. Like you're not going to be getting like a quality team at like 50-1. Everyone's like 25-1 or shorter, damn near, that you'd be interested in. So I would pass on like long shots unless they showed you something in the regular season. What about you? Like, is there a team that you want? I mean, you mentioned your Rangers, but aside from that,
I don't know if I'm being a homer here, and I don't claim to be the biggest hockey fan, but the Rangers would be a little interesting because they have the talent. I know they're trading Chris Kreider, but the Rangers absolutely have the talent. They were one of the favorites to win the Cup last year. Obviously, the season completely spins out and goes off the rails, and they don't even make the playoffs. I like the Mike Sullivan hire a lot as head coach. Sullivan won back-to-back Stanley Cup championships as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I like the hire. They have one of the best goalies in the league in Igor Shesterkin, and they have good players. I think the Rangers, and maybe I don't think I'm being a homer here. I think the Rangers at price are interesting, Femi, at 30-1.
Yeah, I mean the goalie's there. Like it's like anytime you have that, you have a chance. I just would they get a guy like Marner or Bennett? Is that in like their plans? Because if they do something like that,
I don't know.
I mean, like because like that's the word. It's like okay, everyone now is all involved. Like we all love the Rangers at that point. Because I mean, I know there's talks about Florida maybe re-signing Bennett. That's a potential, but I don't know how they would work out the money. I'm not a salary cap expert in any sport, especially in the NHL.
If you're Sam Bennett, like you need to go cash in right now. The highest no hometown discount.
Exactly. If it's the worst team in the NHL, if it's some jabroni team, highest bidder, whatever, just go to that team. Since you've won 2 Stanley Cups, like what else is there to do from a team success standpoint? I guess win more, but like at this point, no, count your money. But yeah, I think Bennett, he's the hot guy. Marner's obviously like the belle of the ball right now in free agency, as we use that term again. I don't know, man. I think like the Rangers, that's a team that I would be interested, but I want to see them make actual moves before I get involved with that team, even though the coaching decision seems to be a positive one for them. Like, where do you think McDavid's going if he were to go somewhere? Like, that's what I'm interested in. Like where do you want him to go outside of your team, of course?
Where do I want him to go? I think like him playing on the Canadian teams, I think is pretty cool. I'd like to see a Canadian team.
Toronto for me. I want to see him go to Toronto.
No, yes. I never want to. I think the bit of Toronto never winning is funny.
No,
I would like for that bit to continue in perpetuity. You know what would be, honestly, the best thing would be for the NHL would be for McDavid to go to the Panthers. And like Kevin Durant did. And then release a player's
super team?
and then start chirping with random people on Twitter, with trolls on Twitter.
And do it on the 4th of July. Do that too. Just make sure to sign that.
McDavid to the Panthers would be really great. I mean, I guess You'd want him in a major media market. Like, you could follow Gretzky and go to the LA Kings. Gretzky later played for the Rangers.
I want to see Toronto.
Probably be your top choices.
I want McDavid to be the hero that brings the Stanley Cup back. I mean, he's an Ontario guy, grew up just outside of Toronto.
Did he grow up a Maple Leafs fan?
I'm assuming. I think there was a photo that was floating around last night. It was like a little kid that was holding a Maple Leafs jersey. I'm assuming it's McDavid. Looked kind of like him. He was young, so it's hard to tell. I'm assuming he grew up a Maple Leafs fan.
He grew up as a Maple Leafs fan.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, like bring him home, and he'll bring hockey home. Like do that, and that's a hell of a story. Like McDavid with the Maple Leafs ending the curse for Canada. Like that transcends hockey. That's like an actual, like, legitimately fun sports story. So that's what I'm rooting for. Like, put him in Toronto, massive media market, and he'll be the guy that breaks the curse. And Maple Leafs fans get something to cheer about for the first time in 60, 70 years?